Hello, hello. Happy Friday Eve. Happy Thursday, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. It's time for dinner. And we're throwing something together tonight. And if you do low carb and you miss pasta, you might want to tune into this one. I've tried a lot of different things, but this one here came out pretty good today. And I'm going to tell you how simple it is and just a few ingredients that you need. And I'm going to kind of show you what I did. And we're having spaghetti and meatballs tonight. Now, the noodles turned out kind of more like linguine type noodles, but I'm okay with that. I don't have anything to cut them like spaghetti, and I didn't want to sit and cut them teeny weeny. So, you know what? Linguine noodles and pasta is just as good or linguine noodles with meatballs and spaghetti sauce is just as good as spaghetti noodles and meat sauce, I think. So, guys, if you are jumping on here with me live, if you're catching a red live in the corner, please just type live in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're catching me later on, it'll probably say was live up there. That just means you're catching the replay. And that's great. Just type replay in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, guys. My name's Jan. I live in Southeast Nebraska. I love sharing different things, different options for a low-carb lifestyle. Dave and I have been doing this lifestyle now for really pushing close to 7 years. So very sustainable, very doable. A lot of great options out there. Hi, Angie. How are you doing? How's the new job going? Have you started yet? So, one thing that we always love is, like pasta, noodles, those types of things, beef and noodles, just a lot of different things. And unfortunately, like for beef and noodles and stuff like that, I've just never found anything that was really good. Pasta or spaghetti wasn't too bad. We've used these in the past, and they're pretty good. If you saute these, awesome. If you saute these in some butter or something, they take on that butter flavor. Rinse them. Rinse them for 10 to 15 minutes, okay? You're welcome, Angie. I'm glad you're happy where you're at now. Rinse these really, really good, okay? And then they're not too bad. Now, I set out because it's like, Dave eats them. I eat them. Are they spaghetti? No, they're not. I made spaghetti squash with chicken, and oh my gosh, what time is dinner? Because that sounds really good. Not gonna lie, Vicky. So, guys, if you're new to following me, or if you've never caught one of my lives or whatever, tap my face. There should be like 3 dots up there that say follow and see first. If you tap those dots to follow me, you'll get notified every time I go live, okay? I try to go live daily with something low carbish or something. Sometimes I'm just needy too, and I need some help. Hey, Heidi. So, but today I've been itching to try something different. I've been thinking about this a long time. I've made spaghetti in the past, and it was like, it falls apart. It was never really good. So I decided today, you know what, I need to beef it up a little bit. So this is what I've come up with, guys. I simply took, lost it, cream cheese, okay, and I softened it. I actually even heated it up a little bit because I made 2 batches today, okay, because I wanted to try a couple of different ways, and I'm going to tell you the best way here. But I took the cream cheese the first time, and I just left it out at room temperature. Hey, Allison. Hey, Heidi, it is good, okay? I left it out at room temperature, and then I did like a blender container and put it on my Ninja. So I had the sour cream, or the cream cheese, not sour cream. Cream cheese. I had eggs. And I put in some oat fiber, guys. I was looking for something that's low carb. Hi, Melissa. Low carb. And I know this is backwards for you guys, but it's oat fiber. It's low carb. I mix this in with a lot of recipes. I make a little flour thing, and It's really, really good. It's pretty low carb, and well, it's fiber. So really, when it's fiber, a lot of times when you subtract the fiber for the carbs, you get 0. I cut that label off, and I don't know why I did that. I shouldn't have. I might have saved it though. But I've been storing those, and then I seal it down tight, because otherwise I lose good stuff. So that was what I did there. No, I didn't save it. I am a kind of silly girl today. But anyway, I like to share these things, guys. So if you're not following me, you need to be following me. But I took the oat fiber and a little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt, and I put it in my blender bottle, and then I dumped it on a tray with parchment paper and baked it at 325 for about 8 minutes, okay? And they came out really, really good, okay? This is what I have right now, okay? Good flavor. They taste really a lot like an egg noodle. Good, good, good. Well, when I saw what that batch made, I'm like, oh, that's probably not quite enough. And I had seen somebody baking some stuff here a while back on a silicone baking mat. And I have some, and I thought, sometimes the parchment paper drives me crazy because it doesn't fit down into the baking sheet like I'd like it to. And I don't want to take the time to cut it. Yeah, I know, I'm lazy. But anyway, so I thought, I'm going to try it on a silicone thing, okay? Put the silicone mat on here and made another batch. Only this time, guys, and this is the way I suggest everybody doing it. It was just a little better. Hey, Glenda, hi. Vicky, thanks. I took a quart mason jar and I put my eggs in it. And then I took my immersion blender, okay, and beat up the eggs a little bit. And then I did the cream cheese again, and I warmed it. Didn't leave it just at room temperature. I warmed it just so it was really, really gushy. Not running all over, but just really, really, really soft. Hey, Debbie. So, hey, Glenda. So, like I was saying, I took that, and then I put that in the immersion blender and mixed those two together, the eggs and the cream cheese. And then I just added in the oat fiber, added in the little bit of salt, and mixed them together. It was great, and it worked really great in a quart jar. Didn't fly all over, didn't make a mess. I am getting to where I use my immersion blender a lot more, especially when it's small, something like that, where you can get it together. So then I dumped this one on that, I lost what I was going to say, on the silicone mat. And I baked it for 8 minutes. Now, I'm going to tell you, hey, Debbie, sunny North Pole, Alaska. This one here, even though I have it on the parchment paper now, it's stuck really, really bad to the silicone mat, and just really did not want to come off of it. So I probably wasted a good chunk of it. But now I've got this. Now, like I said, I've been on a quest, and my son had bought me this a long time ago to cut noodles with so that they were all the same. Now, my mom always made noodles from scratch, good old egg noodles, and I attempted that for a lot of years, but there's a lot of flour in egg noodles, and they make Dave's blood sugar go sky high. But this still works for this. I'm going to show you guys what I did. So after this came out of the oven, it's just a sheet of basically noodle, okay? And if you don't have one of these, that's fine. All right, my pizza cutter's in the dishwasher, guys. You can use a pizza cutter. And they're not going to be perfectly straight, but that works too. So take this and take whatever and just cut these, okay? And look at that. Spaghetti noodles. Oops, I didn't get the ends cut completely. So, I have spaghetti noodles, okay? Now, what am I going to do with these? Well, I'm going to keep cutting this. Okay, looky there. Pretty amazing, don't you think? And I did cheat a little bit, guys. I threw some of these in the sauce earlier because I wanted to taste them. And you know, somebody will say, well, there isn't a lot of flavor to them. And it's like, no, there's not. But have you ever tasted spaghetti? Look at that. I have noodles. Now, like I said, next time, guys, take my word for it. Really? I got oat fiber. I think if I didn't order it from Thrive Market, I probably got it from Amazon. Oat fiber, like I said, is one of those things. It's pretty low carb. If not, I can't remember, and I'm really kicking myself for not saving the label. But just Google it. Nutrition facts of oat fiber. Look at it. It'll give you how many carbs are in it. And seriously, it's just the fiber out of oats. So and typically when we're doing things like that, you guys are crooked or I'm crooked. I'm not sure which it is. You know, when you're figuring net carbs, you're subtracting the fiber. So you take total carbs, subtract the fiber, and that's the net carbs. That is what we count, net carbs. So, like I said, guys, I've got these, and Dave and I are just gonna, Dave?
Yeah.
Did you want to dip some up? I told him he could come put some on his plate and show you, you know, what they do. But and these have been out for a while. They are a little darker. I think these are a little thicker. I got these a little more thin, and that's one thing I'm going to tell you guys. I suggest using the immersion blender or getting your cream cheese really, really soft. That's the key to not having chunks of cream cheese. My first batch had kind of chunks of cream cheese in it. Then use the parchment paper, okay? Just use the parchment paper. Dump it on and then spread it out a little bit. I think you can, maybe you can see, maybe not. There's a little bit difference in the thickness of these two. So, not much, but a little bit. But like I said, I don't know how these will be with the spaghetti, but we make our own meatballs, guys. I went downstairs and I grabbed a quart jar of meatballs. We can them. We have been canning meatballs so that they're ready to go. I make my own. We use a recipe. Did we even put pork rinds in those? No, I think we just patted them together, didn't we? Used some egg for binder, I think. Yeah.
No, there's pork rinds in it.
Oh, he says there is pork rinds in it. Okay. So anyway, like I said, spaghetti and meatballs coming up for dinner. So, have I made cottage cheese bread? No, I you know, cottage cheese, I've tried a lot of different things with it. Now there's a wrap that I use cottage cheese for that is absolutely phenomenal. You can find that over in my group. It's a protein wrap. I've not tried bread with it though. Right now I'm in the sourdough fix, guys. So I'm looking to try sourdough because I've read many things that say home baked sourdough. Okay. Now I don't know about the store bought and stuff, guys, because honestly, I don't know what process store-bought sourdough goes through, but I keep reading and I keep hearing people say sourdough doesn't have the same effect on blood sugars as regular bread because of the fermentation that happens with it. So I have set out on a little bit of a sourdough journey. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but there's my sourdough starter. Now, this is only day 4, so I got a long ways to go. It seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing, and I'm excited, but it could take, they said, as much as 10 to 20 days to get it to where I can actually do any bread with it. So, patience is not my greatest virtue, but I'm sure going to give it a try. So, Guys, keep an eye open for this because I'm going to be real curious with Dave's blood sugars how that goes, okay? But anyway, like I said, this is a great option. And I know a lot of people say, do you really like these? And I'm like, you know what? They're a great option. Spaghetti squash is another great option for spaghetti. And even if I do spaghetti squash for spaghetti and just use these, like I was saying, for beef and noodles or something like that, most of the ones I've made in the past just literally fall apart. And I think it's because there's no binder. So this oat fiber has enough binder in it that it's doing a good job holding them together as a noodle. How do they twirl, Dave?
Huh?
Do they twirl?
I don't know, I'm just sitting down.
Oh, well, he's no help. So anyway, like I said, guys, this recipe, I'm going to get it up in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. If you're in that group, I hope you've been following along with the water challenge we've been doing. I love doing those things, and tomorrow's the last day for that, but it's not too late to think about it. Go back and read some of the posts I've made this week about how important water is for our bodies. And guys, as always, you know, I do like spaghetti squash better than zucchini noodles too. I'm not going to lie. I really seriously do. And that's a personal preference thing. And that's great. You know, zucchini noodles, I'm not going to knock those either, because if you like them, you like them. That's okay. So, and you know what? I'm gonna talk here too over in my group just a little bit. I talk about our wonderful supplements that we use every single day. This new coffee that we just started, that's a decaf coffee or a lower caffeine coffee. It is phenomenal. It's above and beyond. It's what I need so many days just to help me calm down, be who I am, and just be a better version of me, a happier, smiling, better version of me, not that grouchy old person that I left behind a few years ago. So guys, if you need information on the supplements that Dave and I take every single day, drop info in the comments and I'll get back to you about that. If you need to be in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, search it in the Facebook bar or drop group in the comments. I'll leave you a link, and then you can tap the link and get on over there and request to join, and I'll get you added. And that's all I have for tonight. Look at me drinking some lemon water tonight. I've been talking about all this type of stuff and ways to get more water into your body every single day. So enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. I hope it's fantastic. I'm going to go join the hubs for supper. And just remember, smile and pass that smile on. We'll chat with y'all later. Bye.